If you have triskaidekaphobia, it's likely you won't be ordering a baker's dozen, using a World Day calendar, or becoming a teenager. Why? Because triskaidekaphobia is the irrational fear of the number 13, of course. Still, have you ever wondered why 13 is considered to be so unlucky? Do people with this numeric fear just have their tinfoil hats on too tight? Or is there actually some dark and deadly truth to it? That's what we're going to find out on this episode of Stuff You Probably Wondered with Captain McMuffin. If a mathematically driven alien were to briefly visit Earth, he, she, or they would probably be a little confused as to what all the fuss is about. 13 is beautiful. It's a prime number, a Fibonacci number, a happy number, a centered square number, and is part of a Pythagorean triple, not to mention found all over the place in nature. So what's the big deal? Well, as it turns out, there really is no official reason why 13 is unlucky. In fact, for quite some time it was considered to be a holy number. In Christian history, or Christory if you like, there were 12 apostles, including Jesus, making a total of 13. Also, the child Christ apparently received the Magi when he was only 13 days old. However, when the Middle Ages rolled around, people suddenly decided they didn't like 13 anymore. This was when the real superstition started appearing, because suddenly Judas Iscariot, the man who ratted out Jesus to the fuzz, became the unwelcome 13th guest to a party of 12. Furthermore, it was said that the Jews murmured 13 times against God during the Exodus, and that Jesus was crucified on Friday the 13th. From there, things just go downhill for 13. The people of the Middle Ages also believed that witches were inducted into groups of 13 people called covens at age 13. Vampires also partake in covens, but word is they won't let you join unless you sparkle. Also, the gallows had 13 steps leading up to it, and there was a mass arrest and execution of the Knights Templar taking place on when else but Friday, October 13th, 1307. Treading into the more modern era, it was said that if you had 13 letters in your name, you had the luck of the devil. Sounds like utter crap, but then again, tell that to Charles Manson, Jack the Ripper, Jeffrey Dahmer, Theodore Bundy, and Albert DeSalvo. Apollo 13 was also the only unsuccessful mission to the moon, and on Friday, October 13th, 1972, 203 total people died in plane crashes. 29 from Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571 crashing into the Andes, and 174 from a Soviet plane crashing into a lake just shy of the runway. Clearly, 13 has a rather unfortunate legacy, but that doesn't mean it's unlucky. It's only famous for the same reason fortune-telling rodents and Kim Kardashian are famous. Because we make them that way. Sure, a lot of terrible things happened on Friday the 13th, but is it any different from any other day in history? And let's not forget that the fear of 13 is just one of many, many superstitions that have origins that make no sense. The idea that throwing salt to blind the devil following close behind you, or not opening an umbrella indoors lest you incur the wrath of the umbrella spirit who shields you from sun or rain outdoors, just to name two. But superstition, whether it involves good or bad luck, is part of popular culture. And we just have to accept the fact that there are people out there who can't help but religiously avoid numbers. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, leave it in the comments or email me at captainmcmuffin@gmail.com. Also in the comments, share your knowledge of superstition. Do you know of any other places where 13 has made an unfortunate appearance? What lengths has someone you know gone through to avoid bad luck? I excitedly await your answers, and I'll see you next time on Stuff You've Probably Wondered.